Howdy folks, we're at the beach. It is a cold winter day, a beautiful low tide, a great opportunity to get out and play a little bit in the mud. And we're back at Penrose State Park. Down here just a few weeks ago. It was the first time in several years, and I remember just how much I loved it here. So we're back again for a little bit more exploring. Last time we were here, the tide was so high we couldn't get down to the beach. So when I drove down today and I saw that the tide was out, just couldn't resist the urge. So here we are, gorgeous day, amazing beach, and we're going for a bit of a walk. Not a good idea. Well, it is a beautiful day at the beach. Might be a little cold, but that's all right. That just means we have the place to ourselves. So today we're gonna go pretty basic with our lunch. We're gonna just make a nice creamy tomato soup, a good sipping broth on a cold day. And what better thing to follow a tomato soup than a grilled cheese sandwich? Didn't bring any mayo with us today, but we're going to use a little bit of our buttery spread just to add a nice little coating to the bread. Again, keeping it as simple as we can. I've had some subscribers suggest that perhaps I should try out my recipes and try some of my new tools and gadgets before I film a video. I agree. That would make a lot more sense and probably make for a better video. Unfortunately, I'm just not that organized, and I certainly don't plan that far ahead. So for today, we've toasted the outside of the sourdough. It's a homemade sourdough, I might add. And I'm going to put it on top of the same tray we toasted it with, put it inside of the box. And that should be just enough to bring it up above the surface so that it doesn't burn or stick to the bottom. We're going to close it up and basically turn it into a baking tray. Put that over the heat and melt the cheese down. In theory, it should work pretty well. Let's see what actually happens. I almost forgot the shameless plug for the channel. If you're enjoying the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, maybe hit that subscribe button, and definitely give me some comments. I've been getting some great comments lately on other videos, which is helping me kind of guide the direction of next week's video. So the more comments and the more information, the better. Thank you so much for the support. It is greatly appreciated. All right, while we're waiting for that sandwich to finish baking, this is our tomato stock. It's a tomato, chicken, and vegetable stock. I don't remember the brand name. I can't really pronounce it, but I'll put a picture up. And basically just drop that in. We're going to dissolve it down. Should just take a few minutes for it to fully incorporate. Then to add a little richness to it, we're actually going to use some evaporated milk. I would prefer to use a whole milk. Unfortunately, all I could find was a low fat. I guess it's better for me in the long run. Well, judge me if you like, but I like butter. I've got a nice whipped butter that I'm going to add into the soup base. Just add a little bit more richness to the flavor. Everything's better with butter. Well, our lunch is simmering away. I'll walk down here to the lagoon and take a look. It is absolutely gorgeous. We're on a low tide, but the lagoon here never fully empties out. Looks like it's a beautiful habitat. There's oyster beds, clam beds, sand dollars. So much life in such a small area. You really have to be careful where you're walking because there are mussels and clams everywhere. Last thing we want to do is interrupt these poor little guys. I know you're probably wondering why, with all those mussels and clams just right there on the surface, why am I not just picking those up and roasting those on the fire today? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, the season is closed and I don't have a license. You want to make sure the season is open and you have the right licenses in order to harvest shellfish. And two, and probably more importantly, I don't know if it's safe to eat them or not. It's quite often here in the peninsula to have an algae bloom or something come in that the clams and mussels will feed on, which causes a red tide effect, which can make you really sick if you're not careful. So it's always better to err on the side of caution. If you don't know, just stay away. Whew, that's hot. Not a bad looking sandwich. That is a good soup. All right, folks, another meal complete. Got my grilled cheese sandwich, a great sipping tomato soup. I'm gonna head up there onto the point and take a look at the beach. So until next time, folks, hope to see you out there on the trail. Let's go for a walk. You guys still here? Shut off the phone or the TV and get outside. See ya.